Let me tell you the story about Madelaine Smith. Madelaine was a very wealthy young socialite, but also a very ordinary teenage girl. Just like today, she loved romance. And her romance all began when she was 19 years old and was introduced to a very exotic gentleman with a French accent called Pierre-Emile Langelier. Madelaine's family lived right here at 7 Blytheswood Square, and that's where our story begins. Pierre-Emile, or Emile as he preferred to be called, well, he was a social climber. He purported to be French when he was in fact from Jersey. He wore the finest clothes to make him look wealthier when actually he didn't even have 2 shillings to rub together. And Madelaine he saw as his way forward into wealth and social success. It wasn't long before Madelaine worked out that Emile was not the wealthy man he made himself out to be, but she didn't care. She was in love with him. It didn't matter to her, like most teenage girls, caught up with a romantic idea. So they met in secret. The romance bloomed. Madelaine was desperately in love with Emile, for a year or so anyway. And then she was introduced to a wealthy, handsome young man called William Minnick. And suddenly, Emile was not quite so appealing anymore. Her new relationship flourished. Meanwhile, her secret affair with Emile was hitting stormy waters. Madelaine tried to break off the affair with Emile, but the two had been writing very saucy love letters to each other, and Emile threatened Madelaine that if she didn't continue seeing him, he would show these love letters to her father, and if her father found out, she'd been off to the convent for sure. So Madelaine was forced to continue the affair, and every evening Emile would meet her at this window and Madelaine would hand him out a cup of cocoa. But little did he know, his cocoa was laced with arsenic. After taking several cups of arsenic-laced cocoa from Madelaine, Emile ended up here. Emile's story might have ended right here in the Ramshorn graveyard at this very spot where he was buried, but Madelaine's story continued. After Emile had died, the finger of blame was pointed to Madelaine. She was arrested, of course, and then taken through to Edinburgh for the trial. Madelaine received a not proven verdict, so Madelaine got off scot-free. So that's the story of the original death by chocolate.